Okay, guys, sorry about that. Got cut off by a phone call there. So maybe now's the time to bake brownies, give them away, make cookies, give them away, bring someone else out with you to go have a spa day or a pedicure, or maybe just get dinner and a movie, but be focused on receiving the deliciousness of it, okay? So Dionysus is what we're receiving. Amaterasu is what we're giving. Giving, ecstasy, receiving self-esteem, knowing that you are what lights your world. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to do it, and if you don't do it, it's not going to get done. So you can do it now, or you can wait and do it later, but you're going to have to do it eventually. You just will, sooner or later, this life or another. Okay, then what are the problems that we're going to be interacting with? What are the challenges that are going to be in our path to make us grow, is a nice way to say that. And this is Zeus, leadership. Can we do it? Are we brave enough to step into our power? Are we brave enough to be unapologetic and honest about who we are and how we feel? Because as those of you who know Greek mythology know, Zeus was kind of a playboy. So that's out of balance freedom, right? Going around and impregnating all these women and cheating on his wife and goodness knows what else. That's what according to the stories, that's kind of what Zeus did. But he was a good leader. He was a good leader. He led the Greek gods well. They didn't rebel against him, and no one disrespected him, really. He was good at what he did. So that's our challenge. Can we lead without going too crazy into that, right? Okay. And the way that we're going to surmount these challenges is by playing Bast. Bast is the cat goddess. She is often represented by black cats, and she represents that freedom that comes when we do what we want and we express ourselves and we are unapologetic about our own power and fun and awesomeness and freedom, but also without doing it for the response, not showing off. Not doing it because you want to see what people are going to say about what you're doing or because you want to see how people are going to react. Just doing it because you want to do it. That's how we're going to surpass this challenge. Here comes another airplane. It's going to get louder before it gets softer, so I might as well let you guys see. Oh, it's a small one. It's the orchard again. All right. Okay, one more. What are we going to get? So the way I see human life in some ways is programming. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Is programming, making new programs and putting ingredients together and seeing what comes out. I'm going to have to pull another card for this because I don't really understand. Well, maybe I do. Okay, the card is Typhon, anger, rage. He's like the original Balrog, if you guys remember that from Lord of the Rings. He's one of the titans that were underground, fire and rage, and this is the force that makes the volcanoes actually go, you know. He's like the blacksmith down there working on the earth fire. So what will we get? How is anger, rage something that we want to go for? I'm going to pull another card because I don't know. I'm going to pull a feminine card, and so the rage and anger, the power of that, because as you guys well know, especially those of you who are very magical, whether or not you practice it in daily life, you'll let your power out if somebody's going to harm you or someone you love. You'll wreck shop then. But if we're not mad, how do we let it out in ways that can create beauty around us, not just destruction? Well, Esther, New Beginnings. I don't know that much about her, and these videos are getting long, so I'm not going to look her up too deeply, but I do want to kind of just see a little bit of what her... I think I've only pulled that card once ever. So I guess it's using that energy to focus on what we're creating. So it says, it is time for a fresh start. One cycle ends and a new one begins. Rejoice, a new you emerges. You are blossoming. Perfect. Oh, Esther, Easter, of course. So this is where the Easter Bunny comes from, the holiday that was Easter before Easter was Easter, before Christians even had an Easter story. So it's the coming back to the light, kind of like our self-esteem card, Amaterasu. So to go back over exactly what we're dealing with in these next 2 weeks, what we're going to be dealing with overall is individuation. Can we integrate the vamp? Can we integrate the vampire? Can we make it so that we are solid beings, creators, and proud and strong and out of hiding, right? Your true full self in a healthy way without all of the yucky cords that are tied to you. Okay. And then the aspects of us, we are going to be receiving self-esteem, and we are going to be giving out pleasure to others, those around us, okay? The challenge is leadership. Can we lead? Can we do what we want to do in the way that we want to do it and still be a good role model for those around us who look up to us? Everybody watching this, someone looks up to you. Watch what you do. Make sure it's of a high vibration, okay? How we're going to do it is playing, not taking things too seriously, being able to follow our own hearts and our own desires and our own manifestation strings, and at the same time interact with others in a healthy way. To play, but not to draw energy and not to fire energy, just to strengthen ourselves within by playing this receiving, giving game with the universe, and still stay balanced in it always. It's hard, but we'll do it. And what we're going to get, if we can integrate all these things, what we're going to get is the power that we usually have when we're wrecking shop because something has to be done. That amount of force, power, but used to create something new, something beautiful. This looks like a beautiful reality to me that she would be creating, doesn't it? I think so. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, you guys. I know this has been a bit of a long one. I'm glad it got broken into 2 parts. Check out the sky. So beautiful. And I plan on recording another video for you guys tomorrow. I just got a harness for Lilithia, so maybe she can start coming with me. We'll see if she actually wears it or not. And I'm going down to Sacramento soon, in a few days, on the 17th, and I'm going to host an event there. And also, I'm going to host a couple events in Los Angeles. There's going to be an ocean blessing, and there's also going to be a Divine Feminine workshop where we go and learn this deck, the Goddesses and Sirens deck, but I'll post more about that in the future. But there are things happening. There's also going to be a land blessing activation workshop in Sedona and one in Florida that I have not put up yet. And then I think I might do some possibly in the Carolinas, definitely in New York. So I'm kind of circulating around the country, and then I'll probably come back to the West Coast in June after I leave in March. And that was kind of complicated, but hopefully you guys got what I was saying. All right, much love. Go in peace. I'll talk to you again very soon, and I hope that you guys are having a very peaceful yet powerful and harmonious integration of all of your aspects lately.